Hey, hey, seamless transitions for the wind.
There we go.
I don't get notified when we go live on LinkedIn. I think that's really weird because I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Well,
oh, hey, I should be going live. Let's see what my LinkedIn says. No one is getting notified that we are live. You get a good attendance, but still,
okay.
it'd be nice if people knew that we were going live.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a setting somewhere.
I've decided that LinkedIn events are like just awful. Like the way they schedule, the way they post, the way they repost, it just doesn't work. It's like on Facebook, I go to Facebook and I get a nice little alert that says, "Hey, they're live. You should go check this out. These guys are cool." But not LinkedIn. LinkedIn does not want people to know about you.
No.
So we are at the
Facebook.
We are at the end of the year, folks. And this is the crazy part. You've got
Very
like 4
so.
weeks.
Yes.
4 weeks right now of effective time with your clients. And you're going to be done.
Yeah.
So you've got this. So this week, you're wrapping up, getting your first week of November started. If you're going to IT Nation next week, that one's gone. But I'm going to assume most of you aren't going to IT Nation, even though there's like 4,000 people going there. But, let's say you have next week and the week after, and then it's Thanksgiving. And then it's like the weird time between Thanksgiving and December. So you get like 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's December 15th and people are starting their Christmas activities. Mm-hmm. The clients can't meet. They're kind of checked out. People are doing the end of year sales. And so you really don't have a lot going on because you can't meet with clients. And so we try to give this warning to people. We start like really warning people like in June. Hey, you got 6 months left. Hey, you got like 6 weeks left. Hey, because it just sneaks up on you and you think you have more time than you really do because it's summer. Why think about Christmas when it's summer?
Yeah.
Well, start thinking of it in terms of weeks and what can you get done in those weeks. And it becomes real.
Yeah, I think this comes up for everybody. And what I keep putting this out there too is remember your clients are in the same position as well. They're reaching the end of their year. They're running into their challenges of, I didn't get this done. I wanted to do this. And it may have nothing to do with you or technology in general at all. So it just compounds the problem that you have. So, it's too late to do anything about it right now. All right. But, we can obviously be working towards January and Q1 right now to get things off to a good start. But, there are a few things we go through. Let's try to wrap up this year. Let's try to get things buttoned up and, at least provide us the best opportunity for a 2024. And I think that's the key element is you can't be thinking about right now. You need to be thinking about what's after this.
Yes.
It's really hard and you'll deal with right now. You'll handle right now. You're good at right now. All right. But don't let your brain become consumed with right now, because when you do that, then you don't think about what's next.
So, whether you're just a private citizen, managing your day to day, or you're a business running and trying to figure out how to do things right now, you need to be asking yourself the question we talked about a couple weeks ago is, how do I make next year go better? Right? There's nothing I can do about today, but I can do something about the future. So what activities can you schedule next year that'll make this go smoother? So that's why we have these community updates, these events that kind of go down the list. And then we say, hey, in February, you should be working on this. In March, we should be working on this. We developed those over years of what should you be doing each week to keep you on top of things. That's why the community updates are really important, why we get a lot of people coming in here. Even though the gallery is really quiet today, I would love to hear from people like, what are you doing for end of year activities? Put it in the comments below. Like, what do you do to kind of make yourself successful at the end? But for me, it was always about quick proposals. Getting a budget in front of a client was my end of the year must do. If I can't meet with a client, I should at least send it to them. I should have a meeting with them if it's a bigger client and say, hey, what do you want to work on next year? Tell me about your 2024 So I can take these 10,000 projects and I can prioritize
Mhm.
the ones that are going to make you successful. And that's a proposal. You can put a slap together, what does it look, what's going to stick against the wall kind of feel to it for pricing. But what they need to know is confidently, can you help them deliver the new sales that they're doing next year? Can you help them reach the new audience next year? Can you help their employees be more successful next year? Whatever their goal is, can you listen to them and then put that on 2024's roadmap?
Well, and that listening is really really important there. I was actually checking our game plan there to see if we're going to talk about it in detail, and we don't have it on here, so I'll put it in there now. We've got a series of widgets inside the strategic report.
Yep.
And they're just helpful tools for you to engage with your clients. They're not an exhaustive list. You may have something else. My old analogy of a big chief tablet and number 2 pencil, that may work just as well. But for those of you that did get these events on the calendar and you have meetings scheduled and you're about to walk into those, look at a few of those. It may be something new that you haven't tried, or it may be things that you're getting familiar with. And my takeaway on those is just dive into those. It's going to generate a good bit of information. Make sure you document that, because by and large, we're not going to be able to do anything with this until next year.
Yeah.
So we don't want that, floating around in a notebook that's, 30 pages past now or something, or, some obscure OneNote folder or something. Let's get that in a centrally managed place. Platform works great for that. And then we can pick that up and run with it next year. So for those of you that have got those meetings, be open and strategic in those.
Yeah.
You don't have to get really, really detailed. You don't have to cram all the last minute ticket reviews in. Walk with your clients, and both of you start thinking about 2024.
Yeah. Sometimes your client needs that permission to think about the future.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many times I get asked at conferences or in podcasts or just through conversations with members, how do I convince my client to buy X?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't. Client-led sales people, ask them what they're trying to accomplish and then say, how can I support that? That's all the difference right there. And if you can get to that point, you won't have to convince them what to buy. And you're going to sit there and go, okay, how do I get this to them in the right amount of time for the right price point? With the end of year activities, when you're talking about the end of the year, you want to say, here is where we're ending the year. So we used to really hit hard upon this one topic, and it was in your reports, you need to snapshot your report and as freeze in time where you were today, and say, this is our game plan for tomorrow. Now we have personas, which make it a little bit more dynamic of conversation.
Yep.
But take a snapshot at the end of this year. The goal there is, where does your client want to be next year? Record that. And next year at this time, you have a conversation starter. Remember when you wanted to be here this year? Look, we got you there.
Yep.
Remember when you wanted to have a work from home strategy? We got you there. Because you might have implemented that new firewall and those VPNs clients and endpoint clients in February. It's now December. They've kind of forgotten about that.
That's true. That's true.
But you can mark off the projects and opportunities you helped them accomplish this year. And now they're going to be more confident in buying next year. Like, what do you want to do next year?
Yep.
Maybe you want mobile kiosks so you can sell on site with clients. Maybe you want to move and have a better web presence. Maybe you want your workforce to all have laptops now that people can work from home. So you can work on closing down this brick and mortar you have. Whatever it is, we can help you. Just tell us your vision for next year. So,
well,
so you're going to create this roadmap when you're using the road mapping tools, whether you're using our road mapping tool or using a Gantt chart of some kind, or you're putting Post-it notes against the wall. You're going to create a roadmap that says, hey, you know what? Next year, we want to work from home, or we want to get a work from home strategy, and we're going to do a proof of concept where people can work they can work hybrid. The year after, we're going to do 100% work from home because that's when our building's lease expires, and we're going to
Yep.
end that lease. So you're creating a 2-year strategy, and you're going to create a technology roadmap that lines up with that. Because they're going to say, well, if you're going to close down the building, you have 3 in-house servers, and we need to migrate those to the cloud. Prioritize project.
Yes,
Done.
absolutely. Yep. And that's an important element. So as you tie those business needs to technology projects, it makes it so much easier for your customers to make decisions. And I believe really, really strongly about this, that business owners are willing to make business decisions, and they're going to be very, very hesitant to make technology decisions. That's not their strong suit. So put it in the right context. They'll decide, they'll move forward on that. Let me put something else in here. You got me thinking about the snapshots. For those of you that have been meeting regularly and you've been taking snapshots along the way, let me remind you, there's a widget down there. It's called Report, Score, Compare. And it will allow you to display the overall value of a series of snapshots, and you get to pick which ones. So it becomes a really powerful year-end experience when you bring that up and say, Mr. Customer, this is where we are in our total score right now. You know, we're still chasing your unique technology objective. You can get me talking about that, but I won't now. All right. And then underneath it, you have every snapshot listed, and you're able to show this progress of over time of, if you know, you can say, remember way back in January, you guys scored way down here, and we moved through this. And then you can bring in a project widget there right alongside that. You can display those completed projects and really provide a, hey, this is what we did for you this year. Sometimes that's really important. Sometimes we do need to remind our clients what we have done. But it's not, hey, we closed 1 million tickets for you and we mitigated 1 billion, firewall pings or whatever. That doesn't help. When you say, hey, we helped you achieve this goal you had in your business, that's going to be good information for them to hold on to and to really catapult you into the next year.
Yeah. You can hang your hat on a business objective. Like, this school now uses Chromebooks because we did that.
Yep.
This business now can work from home because we did that. This business can now sell at the county fair their product because we help them with mobile kiosks securely. These are things that we accomplish. And so when the client's looking to say, do we want to continue with this MSP? We always talk about how MSPs feel undervalued. It's because you're not providing, or your client doesn't see you as providing value. You're upgrading servers. It's like your mechanic feeling bad because your car is running and they replaced your alternator and it just keeps running. Your car's not getting better gas mileage. It's not it's not more comfortable now. It's just a car.
Yeah. It's just functional.
And if you were to say, hey, if you came back from your mechanic and all of a sudden your entire interior was factory clean, or you now have leather seats, or you now have a seat
upgrade.
warmer. You have a seat warmer, or they installed remote start into your car. You've never had that before. Yeah. And these are things that make your life better. And you're like, man, this is the best mechanic ever. Like, hey, while I'm under the hood here, you want me to install a remote start? I've got like 6 kits over here. It'll cost you $200. You're already spending $1,000. You might as well keep warm in the winter. Oh, well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good mechanic. So as an IT professional, what are you doing to help your client's business be more successful? And that's what these end of year meetings are all about. Your QBRs are all about it. In fact, every conversation should be that way. But, sometimes you just got to fix things. But when it comes down to it, in the end of the year, you're saying, what are you trying to accomplish next year? And it could be that your client never really thought about it. And like, they're going month to month like everybody else. And all of a sudden you think, wow, I really want to accomplish this. Like, I'm always thinking like 6 months down the road, what do I want to have in the features in the software? What kind of roadmap are we going to have? What are we going to deliver? And it becomes a matter of, okay, finding cash, finding support, and then lining all that up, which, Skip gets to hear me complain about it all the time. things just magically happen because Adam put a crap ton of work in the back end. Like, oh, we have cash. Like, yes, we can now make this developer feature.
Yeah.
Skip's all about, can we have this feature now and this feature and this feature and this feature? I'm like, stop asking.
More. Give me more.
And so like, I'm looking 6 months down the road. Okay, let's build that product in 6 months. Let's build that feature. Let's help these clients at this time. And that way you can always be improving and moving forward. Because for me, my customers are the members. I ask you guys, what would make your jobs easier? What widgets can we put in place that'll help? And even if I disagree, I'll say, you know what? Let's go ahead and put that in place. And that's me dealing with my customers. You need to do the same thing for your customers. Hey, what's going on in your business and how can I help you succeed? That's the core. That's why a lot of you aren't invited back to meetings, because you're asking, how can I build a better server? How can I build a better PC? It's like your mechanic saying, how can I get a different alternator in here? You really don't care. Oh, here's a newer fan. It's shinier. You really don't care. And if your mechanic keeps asking that stuff, you're going to stop caring and you're going to be like, I'll just drop my car off and I'll come back later.
Yeah.
But if your mechanic's like, hey, did you know that you can now control your phone or your car from your phone? It's a really cool new starter utility. It's got a cell phone chip in it and it'll allow you to remote start it from miles away if you need to. And so what you want to do is you want to create a great client relationship. You want to plan ahead. And these end of years, when you create a quick proposal, like, hey, in order to accomplish this, it's going to cost about this much. Make a list of those things.
Yep.
In order for you to show your value, make a list of the goals you're going to do at the end of this year and then talk about them next year. Which ones did you accomplish? And then finally, build those roadmaps. Like maybe they can't afford to do everything next year. Fine, make a 3-year plan. Help
and
them,
let them
get
prioritize
their goal. And it needs to result in an improvement to the business. It can't just be an improvement to your tech stack. It has to be improvement to their business stack. Think in those terms at the end of the year, every year, and you're going to do great. With that, we also have next week is IT Nation Connect, right? Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys are there, we are going to be in booth 422. Stop by, bring a friend. We're going to be giving away an Oculus 3 at the event.
I'm going to make Adam give it up. Don't worry. I am going to make him give it up.
I'm telling you, I'm tempted. You're going to have an opportunity for people to get really great pricing on our product. We're waiving onboarding so they can just come right into the community, but you can only do it on site when we're doing conferences. We're not doing another conference until like March. So bring a friend. Maybe we'll even give you a discount on your software as well. But come on by, learn more, change your life. Get the new unicorn shirt that comes out this year. It gets unveiled on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, come and see it. Actually, if you come Tuesday night and you really want to know if you find me,
that's right.
See what I can do about giving you a preview.
There we go.
All right, Skip. Any other final parting words for the peanut gallery?
I can't believe I bought into the unicorn. So.
You know you love it. You know you love it. All right, thank you, everyone. I don't know why everybody's so quiet today. Maybe I published this wrong, but we've got people watching. They're just not saying anything. I'm guessing it's Richard. All right. We'll talk to you guys all later.
Thanks, everyone.